So I want to show you something. This is a light belt that I built. I actually did an entire video on this and decided not to publish it. I'm just going to do a quick overview of the light belt. This light belt has 8 LED puck lights, which are 200 lumens each, for a total of 1600 lumens. I built this for use when I'm at the farm, because when I'm at the farm, I'm always working after dark. And you know, it's tough to hold a flashlight and work with both hands. It's almost impossible. So I needed something that lets me have light all around me, front and back, side to side, and still have both hands free. Now I've got a headlamp that I use that has a cord that runs to a battery pack on my belt. That cord always gets caught on stuff. Plus it hurts my head. I just don't like to wear stuff on my head like that. I mean, I wear a ball cap, but that's it. I've got a cap with a light in it. It's not very bright. I have another headband mounted light that's like 100 lumens. Well, that's practically worthless. Plus the battery doesn't last very long. Anyhow, I needed a solution that frees up both my hands, so that's what the light belt is for. So I'm going to set the camera down now and put it on and let you take a look at how well it works. All right, let's see if I angle the camera down where you can see it. The light belt weighs about 1.5 pounds. It's not uncomfortable at all. I've used this thing now probably, I built it a couple of weeks ago and I've been sort of tweaking it. This is just a prototype. I know it's not pretty, it's certainly not finished, but that's how it goes on. This is just a utility belt like you can buy at a hardware store that I put the lights on. Now I'm going to turn all the lights off in the garage and let you see just how bright it is. Okay, I've got the main garage lights off. I got one of my shop lights off, so I'm going to turn off my other shop lights and then turn on the light belt. So here we go. All right, this lights up everything around me. I don't think the camera will probably do a good job of showing just how bright it is, but it lights up my whole garage really well. Now this is not meant to be like daylight, you know, it's just to give you enough light to work with, but it works great. You can move the lights around just a little bit, forwards and backwards. One of the things I really like about it is that it lights up my back. It doesn't leave a dark spot on my back like you have if you carry a flashlight. And this is not really meant to be a replacement for a flashlight. This is more of a work light. This is like for people who need to use both hands to work on something after dark or in dark environments. Or like if you're walking your dog, it'd be good to have. If you're, you know, if you have to do something out in your yard after dark, it's good to have. Anyhow, it works really well. So I'll turn the shop lights back on now. There's the belt light. Leave me some comments if you see this. Tell me what you think about it. If you think it's a good idea, I'd like to hear that. If you think it's a terrible idea, I'd like to hear that too. So you can move the lights backwards and forwards a little bit. So they'll slide about 2 inches in each direction. But anyhow, this is a prototype. I've got to do a little bit more work and tighten it up, clean it up some. Probably put a bigger battery in here. And this uses this type of battery, this 18650 battery. So if a battery goes bad, I can replace it. The batteries in here should have about, if you can believe what the manufacturer says, they got about 200 charge cycles before they need to be replaced. There's my son wearing it. Wow, that thing's bright. Okay, I'm out in the field, in the woods. I'm actually on the edge of a field about a mile off a little country road, and it's pitch black out here. You can't see anything if I turn off the belt light. I'm going to turn it off and turn a full circle so you can see just how dark it is. So except for the moonlight, you can't see anything out here. It's pitch black. All right, I'm going to turn the light back on. There we go. I hope you can see all the bushes and shrubs around me. It is completely dark, and this belt lights up everything all around me in 360 degrees. I should have built this years ago. You know, this belt I think would be really handy for people who work outside after dark, especially after daylight savings time. Like now it gets dark a lot earlier. It's really nice to have some light where you can free up both your hands. But anyhow, it works great. Just wanted to show it to you. I'm going to do a couple of more tests where I set the camera down and I'm going to walk to it and let you see how far away I can be seen. Okay, so I'm walking away from the camera now. I'm going to move a couple of the lights back towards the back of the belt so that it lights up all around me. So I've got good light in front, good light in back. And this works really well. I'm really happy with it. 8 lights is just perfect, 1600 lumens. All right, so I'm about 125 feet away from the camera. Now I'm gonna walk back. Now this is not a replacement for a flashlight. There's my flashlight. The flashlight's more of a directed use light. The light belt is made just so that I can have light wherever I'm working on the farm and have both hands freed up. So anyhow, it works really good. I'm going to make a couple of changes in the next version. This is just a prototype, so I know it's a little bit clunky. I'm going to take these white lenses out and put clear plexiglass in here, which will make it put out more light. The white lens is there to diffuse the LEDs. Also, these screws that hold the lights on, I'm going to make some changes with that. And I've got an idea to improve the power distribution. Right now I've got wires going from the battery pack and the switch and the regulator circuit up to the lights, and I think I can get rid of those power cords altogether, so I'm going to work on that. Anyhow, it came out great. I've had to make some design changes, but it is just a prototype, so I'll make a video when I get ready for version 2. So thanks a lot for watching, and have a Merry Christmas. Okay, you see these mirrors? They got to go. These things will not stay in place no matter what you do. I've tried every method I could find on the internet, talked to my dealer, talked to the manufacturer. I'm doing exactly what they say. The mirrors just will not stay in place. They flop around all over the place. This one's just as bad. It just will not stay in place. They're supposed to pivot on this point right here, and it's really hard to get them to move. In fact, when I put enough force to move them, it feels like it's going to break. So these mirrors are leaving. They're out of here. Okay, I've been thinking about these mirrors, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give these mirrors away to one of my YouTube subscribers. So if you're a subscriber and you're the first person to send me an email and say you want the mirrors, you can have them, and I'll even pay shipping to send them to you. I don't like the mirrors. You know, after a while, this rubber that goes behind the mirror mount compresses. The mirrors flop around, limbs hit the mirror. I'm constantly having to adjust it, and I just don't really like messing with the mirrors. I'm really just tired of them. So anyhow, if you're a subscriber, you send me an email, you can have the mirror. Also, you have to agree to let me use your name or your YouTube handle in a future video so that everybody knows that I gave them away to a legitimate subscriber and not just to, you know, some friend or somebody or my brother or something. Anyhow, I'm going to get the convex mirror that mounts right up here. It's a great mirror. That's what my brother's got on his Honda Pioneer 1000. Works wonderful and gives you a great field of view. The problem with these is that they're outside the vehicle and limbs hit it and other things happen. So anyhow, good luck if you want the mirrors. Be the first person to email me. Give me your name, and I'll pay shipping and send them to you. Merry Christmas.